Hello, welcome back to the stream. I'm a little bit upset because I failed my audio again, so I have to do this video again, and which is why I'm a little bit short-fused, and I'm gonna make a quicker run-through than the first time. The first video was 38 minutes. I don't think we're gonna crack that even close this time, because I'm just gonna call it fight by fight. So, UFC Fight Night Vettori versus Dolidze number 2 is in front of us. The first fight of the night is in the women's flyweight division. We have Eunice Dubin versus Carly Judas. And I have to say, for this one, Judas might be the only fighter who came into the UFC by losing on Dana White's Contender Series, but there might be others, but yeah. She got the gig, then she lost the fight in the UFC. Now she's 3-2. Eunice Dubin, on the other hand, is undefeated, and she dominated on Dana White's Contender Series, so on paper you would lean clearly towards Eunice Dubin, but the problem is that she pretty much only faced regional talent, and that's tough to judge, because she's where is she from? Venezuela? Give me a second. Had this prepared better, but I think she's from Venezuela now. Venezuela. Yeah. I don't know much about the scene, how tough it is, and so you don't know. She just walked through it, so she seems to be very good, but we don't know. I'm leaning towards Eunice Dubin by TKO because they both are finishers, but since I'm leaning towards her, Eunice Dubin by TKO. Maybe it's Eunice. Eunice? I don't know. We move on. Women's bantamweight division. We have Josiane Nunes versus Priscilla Cachoeira. I have to say, I don't like the biting girl. If you don't remember, she bit one of her opponents when she was in a submission hold, and she tried to bite her way out of it. Other fighters got cut from the UFC for punching after the bell and stuff like that. I think that's the same category, and it's on. She did it voluntarily. She could have tapped. She could have done anything else but bite. But they keep her around. Obviously she's getting treated very well by the matchmakers. Because Josiane Nunes lost her last two, I think. Yeah, against not the biggest competition. And I think Priscilla Cachoeira is just, even though she's also on a losing streak, she's lost against much harder competition in Miranda Maverick and Jasmine Jasudavicius. But yeah, as much as I would like Josiane Nunes to win this fight, I think Priscilla Cachoeira is going to take this by decision. Priscilla Cachoeira by decision is my prediction. Moving on. We have the flyweights. Daniel Barres versus Andre Lima. Lima so far is undefeated. He has a lot of combat experience in other combat sports professionally, like he has fought in Muay Thai and kickboxing. Daniel Barres so far has fought much better competition, but he also lost against some of the better competition. Lima is just a vicious striker, and I think he's going to get to Barres sooner or later. I'm leaning more towards sooner, so I go for Andre Lima by TKO. I think early. I think he has a lot of first round finishes, hasn't he? Not the greatest first round finisher, but he's a finisher. So he's gonna finish Daniel Barres. So my pick is Andre Lima by TKO. We move on. Women's strawweight, we have Stephanie Luciano versus Sam Hughes. Sam Hughes, I'm sorry, your record is 9-6. A lot of your career was in the UFC. Okay, I get that, but 9-6. Not a record you see often in the UFC. But as I said, she fought high-level competition and she's pretty tough. She might actually, you can call her the gatekeeper of the strawweight division because, yeah, if you want to get ranked, I guess, beat Sam Hughes, then I don't think Stephanie Luciano is able to do that. Sam Hughes is going to be too tough, and with her experience, she's going to find a way to win the fight. Whether it's in the clinch, on the ground, or in the stand-up, I don't know. She's going to find her way, I think. She's got just too much experience with high-level opponents, and she actually also beat a lot of them. Moving on. So, I'm going with Sam Hughes by decision. We move on. Bantamweights, Carlos Vera versus Josias Musasa. Josias Musasa is a Congolese fighter with a lot of potential, a lot of hype behind him. He's a very powerful striker and has a lot of first round finishes. Let's call it that. Carlos Vera, so far in the UFC, he has fought twice and lost twice. Let's keep it short and sweet. Early TKO from Musasa. I'm excited for this fight, actually. Josias Musasa, I like to see him in the UFC, and that's a pretty good tune-up fight to see his skill set and knockout power. I'm excited for that one. We move on. Again, bantamweights. We have Yu Su-young versus AJ Cunningham. Yu has a very grappling heavy attack, but he does not have a lot of finishes. AJ Cunningham, just like Carlos Vera, hasn't won in the UFC so far. So it kind of seems like the UFC wants a Chinese representative to do well. And I think he has good chances to do this year. Because AJ Cunningham is not the strongest finishing threat. And I think he could dominate him because he's also a striker. I think Yu Su-young by decision. We move on. Heavyweights, Waldo Cortes Acosta versus Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann, is this his first fight at heavyweight, or did he fight there before? I think it's his first. Yeah. His first fight is at heavyweight. I think it's smart for him. Either it's smart or not. I'm not totally decided, but I guess that he was so clippable and hurtable because his cut was very hard. Because he's massive for that heavyweight. He's huge. So I think him at heavyweight might help his chin a lot. And if it does, he has a lot of potential at heavyweight. But that's a lot of ifs. With Waldo Cortes Acosta, there's no ifs. I think he has lost one fight against Marcos Rogerio de Lima, and one of his earlier UFC fights. Marcos Rogério de Lima, I think he's ranked right now. Has a pretty good run recently. I think he lost once. Yeah, he lost to Derek Lewis. But other than that, he's won a lot of fights lately. So losing to him is no shame. And Valdo Cortes Acosta is like a vicious striker. He's a very ruthless finisher. It's a pretty impressive career so far. I think it's going to be a TKO for Valdo Cortes Acosta, but we have to see Ryan Span's chin at heavyweight. I'm really looking forward to that. How's Ryan Span's chin holding up at heavyweight? Maybe it's a great move. Saturday will tell us. We move on. We move on to the main card. We have the featherweights. Choi Seung-woo versus Kevin Vallejos. I'm excited for Kevin Vallejos. I think he has a lot of potential in the UFC. He has lost once in the Contender Series against Gene Silva. I think it's okay to lose to Gene Silva. Then he bounced back with 2 more victories and then won his second Contender Series fight impressively. So I'm excited for Kevin Vallejos. On the other hand, Seung-woo Choi or Choi Seung-woo, he lost 4 of his last 5. And history has shown that he can be finished. So he probably is going to get finished by Kevin Vallejos. TKO. Is Kevin Vallejos an early finisher? Yeah. No. More or less. Probably an earlier TKO. For Kevin Vallejos is my pick on this one. We move on to the light heavyweight division. We have Diar Nurgojai versus Brenson Ribeiro. Yeah, Ribeiro is a tough and experienced fighter. He's a very, very good test for an undefeated prospect in Nurgojai. But I'm pretty confident that he will pass it. Nurgojai, his career so far has been very impressive. Outside of the UFC, of course. But he beat Magomedov, a name somewhat familiar to me. I don't know who he fought. Maybe there's a lot of Magomedovs. And I don't know this one. I thought this one was fighting in Bellator. But it's not, so... I don't know his opponents. But he has finished most of them. He has finished most of them early. And I think he's going to do the same to Brenson Ribeiro. Diar Nurgojai by TKO, probably early in the fight. That's my prediction. We move on. Bantamweights, Damon Blackshear versus Cody Gibson. I'm pretty torn at this one because it's stylistically... I don't know what kind of fight we're going to get. No, I'm pretty confident I know what kind of fight we get. I don't know who's going to win it though. Because Cody Gibson has a style of like pressuring you, getting in your face, pushing you against the fence, clinch you, dirty box you, maybe take you to the ground. That's what he does. But other than his pressure, nothing stands out in his game. He has decent boxing, he has some kicks. He has decent wrestling, decent grappling, but nothing spectacular. The same can be said about Damon Blackshear. But Damon Blackshear, I think, is more athletic, is younger, I think, a lot. Is it not? That's something I have to check. 1 second. Damon Blackshear is 30, 37, that's 7 years, okay. Not too much, but he's 37 years old. And Damon Blackshear choking out Cody Stamen. He lost to Bautista in a similar way that Aldo did. And then he got caught by Montel Jackson really early. Happens. I think I'm leaning more towards Damon Blackshear, but this is a close fight. I think whoever wins it will lose a round. I think it's going to be a decision. I don't think any one of them is going to take the other out. I don't think. Yeah, but I'm leaning towards Damon Blackshear because he's younger, more athletic, stronger, and if he doesn't gas out and succumb to Cody Gibson's pressure, I'm pretty confident that he's going to win the fight. Okay, I'm leaning towards Damon Blackshear is going to take the first two, gas a little bit in the third, and Cody Gibson takes the third. But he's not going to finish, so yeah. Damon Blackshear by decision is my pick. I just have to check one thing and unmute my other stream for a second. Okay, already heard it. Sounds working again. Okay. We move on. So, Damon Blackshear by decision is my pick. We move on. Lightweights, Alexander Hernandez versus Kurt Holobaugh. Tough to score this one. Out of all the Ultimate Fighter 31 alumni, I think Holobaugh has had the best career resurgence in my mind. But it's not looking like he's going on a title run or anything like it, but he made the most out of his UFC run so far, I'd say. Even more than Cody Gibson. Alexander Hernandez is powerful and he's pretty quick, but his reaction time is not great. But he's always dangerous. I think Holobaugh's experience will reign supreme in this fight. I think he's going to find a way. I'm not sure which way it is going to be, but it's probably going to be either stand up from the outside, because I don't think Hernandez likes a pure stand-up fight with a guy that keeps him on the outside, but I'm not sure if Kurt Holobaugh is able to do that. But I can see him also winning in grappling transitions. I don't think he's the stronger wrestler. I think Hernandez is the stronger wrestler, but technically I think Holobaugh is better, and in grappling he's a lot better. So I think he's gonna might end up on bottom, but he's gonna be able to transition towards a more advantageous position, I think. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards Kurt Holobaugh. He might lose a round, but he's gonna get the unanimous decision, I think. We move on. Co-main event, we have the welterweights. We have Chidi Njokuani versus Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos. Chidi Njokuani is his third fight, I think, at welterweight. He has a very entertaining style. Sadly, oftentimes he gasses. And then he gets dominated. And oftentimes when he ends up on the bottom, he struggles to get up unless he's able to spring right back up. But as soon as his opponent settles into a dominant position, he doesn't seem to have the technical tools to get him off. So I think Zaleski dos Santos has beaten the bigger names, has more experience in big fights, and I think it's going to be very tough for Chidi to overcome. I see Chidi coming out hot. He could actually hurt him maybe early, but I think in the long run, Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos is going to take over and either going to finish Chidi or take a decision. But I can see Chidi having success early. But after the first round, I think Eliseo is the latest that Eliseo is going to start taking over. My pick. What am I leaning towards? More decision, I think. I hope I have it in my presentation the right way, but I think more decision. Decision, Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos. Move on. Main event time. We have the middleweights. Marvin Vettori for the second time versus Roman Dolidze. Actually, Dolidze has one great thing in his career, and that's his win over Imavov, which looks great in hindsight after he knocked out Izzy. But on the other hand, Marvin Vettori has only fought, I think, top 10 guys in his last 10 fights, probably. Most of them even top 5. And he beat a lot of them. He actually beat a lot of them. And with Roman Dolidze, I haven't seen that much of an improvement after their first fight. So I think Vettori is going to take it again. Two judges gave Dolidze a round the first time round. So I think that is very possible again, because Marvin Vettori has a well-rounded game, but he's no knockout artist on the feet. He's no real knockout threat. He's more of a volume TKO guy. And even that happens rarely. On the ground, he's not a submission artist. His ground and pound is not super vicious. There's worse guys to have on top of you. So I think that in every fight of Marvin Vettori, the opponent has every round a new shot. You know what I mean? You can be dominated an entire round by Marvin Vettori, who presses you up against the cage and gives you short shots, short elbows, knees to your thighs and stuff like that. Like the end of one of the rounds against Izzy in the rematch, when he started hitting Izzy's leg, and Izzy memed him a little bit for it. Like Vettori is a good fighter, but he's just not a finishing threat in his division lately, or ever. How many? Before I say something wrong, let me check. Let me double check. Yeah. So the guy has 2 wins by KO. He has 9 submissions actually, and he has 8 decisions. Never been knocked out, never been submitted, lost 6 decisions. And most of them unanimous, not even close, most of them. He said he won the first easy fight. No, he did not win the first easy fight. He won a round against Izzy. He gave him a tough fight, but he did not win that fight. lost against. But he has an iron chin, so he's not going to go away. And Dolidze might have success. Oh, my point that you have every round you have a chance because he doesn't finish you. So in the first round, for example, he trips you, you fall on your back, and he sits on top of you for 4 minutes 55 seconds, something like that. You know, you have no chance in this round. You will lose this round 10-9 or 10-8 even. But you're not done. He beat you up a little bit, but you're not a bloody mess. You're not dazed. You have a new chance the second round. You maybe get dominated again, but you have a new chance in the third. And that's why I'm saying that you have, against Vettori, you have every round you have a new chance. Because he's not going to finish you in that round. So the next round you again have the chance to start on the feet and take advantage of that. So I think Roman Dolidze is going to take 1 or 2 rounds, but Vettori is going to win this fight. I can't see how Dolidze is going to win it. I don't know. So I'm leaning towards Vettori. I'm leaning towards a unanimous decision. I think Dolidze has the ability to win a little bit of the fight, a couple of rounds, but not the fight. All right. I'll give you an overview of everything I just told you. Damn it. I said TKO. Okay. Marvin Vettori by unanimous decision over Roman Dolidze. Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos by TKO over Chidi Njokwani. Kurt Holliber by unanimous decision over Alexander Hernandez. Damon Blackshear by unanimous decision over Cody Gibson. Diar Nurgojai by TKO over Branson Ribeiro. Kevin Vallejos by TKO over Choi Seong-woo. Valdo Cortez Acosta by TKO over Ryan Spann. Oh, I'm too late. Damn it. I thought, oh, can do that first and now. What was I saying? Valdo Cortez Acosta by TKO over Ryan Spann. Yu Su-young by unanimous decision over AJ Cunningham. Josias Musasa by TKO over Carlos Vera. Sam Hughes by unanimous decision over Stephanie Luciano. Andre Lima by TKO over... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Daniel. Let me fix that for you. Ooh. Let me fix that for you. Your name is Daniel. Andre Lima by TKO over Daniel Barres. Priscilla Cachoeira by unanimous decision over Josiane Nunes. And last but not least, Yuneisi Dugan by TKO over Carly Judas. Those are my predictions. I'm going to skip back to the first page and reset the cam. And I'm going to give you my 3 cents about the card in general. This card in general, we have a couple up-and-comers, a couple interesting fights for that reason, for people to see if they really have the potential that they have been shown so far in their career. Let's go through these fights. Actually, Yuneisi Dugan is one of them. I'm looking forward to seeing her in the UFC and see what she can do in the octagon. Next up, Andre Lima. Yes, I want to see that guy. Great record so far. Looks spectacular. A lot of finishes. A lot of potential. A lot of potential. Looking forward to seeing this guy. Next up, basically, I'm as excited, maybe even more excited for Josias Musasa, because there's not many Congolese fighters, and he made it. He made it on the regional scene. He has an 8-0 record. He has mostly first round finishes. He won closely in the Contender Series, so I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do in the UFC. And yeah, I'm always there for the highlights. So I love exciting fighters. I don't like the dry hump and clinch you against the cage kind of fighters. And I don't think Josias Musasa is going to fit that description. I think he's going to be a highlight. Hence, I'm looking forward to seeing him. I really am interested in the Waldo Cortes Acosta versus Ryan Spann heavyweight fight, because I'd like to see Ryan Spann at heavyweight, and I think Waldo Cortes Acosta has a lot of hype behind him, and rightfully so. He deserves all the hype. And we'll see if for Ryan Spann the move up to heavyweight fixes some problems. Next up, Kevin Vallejos. Like I said, only lost to Gene Silva so far in his career. Other than that, he's been perfect. Next up, Diar Nurgojai, of course. Perfect so far. And then we got the main card. And I think on the main card, there's going to be probably one good fight. And that good fight is going to be Eliseo Zaleski. That's not his entire name. Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos versus Chibi Njokwani. That's going to be the good fight on the main card. Marvin Vettori. I don't think he hasn't been in many good fights, has he? Let's see, how many performance bonuses has he got? There's a performance of the night against Paulo Costa. It kind of was fun to see how you just walked through the Eraser's power punches. Yes. Yes, I give you that. That was a good performance. Other than that, he has a fight of the night with Jared Cannonier. A fight he lost. Yeah. He's just not that spectacular kind of guy. And Roman Dolidze is not showed in the first fight that he's not able to defend Marvin Vettori's game, and as I said, his game is kind of boring. Yeah, kind of boring. So in the main card, I see Nurgojai. That's main card, no? Isn't it? I hope I'm switching right now. No, good. I think it is. Nurgojai is main card, yeah. So I've got Vallejos and Nurgojai on the main card, and then the last 4 fights, I think, are going to be 3 not the most entertaining and a banger as the co-main. Of course, there has to be a banger as a co-main. Always. Yeah. That's my opinion of the event. Not the biggest fight card. Like a weaker, very, very weak fight night. I think in rankings, we had worse. But you know, when only the main event is ranked fighters against each other, the only ranked fighters on the card, on the main card. Like 8 versus 12 is the UFC ranking. Just not an amazing pay-per-view. Okay, now last thing we have to talk about. I'm probably not going to do a reaction video about this because I'm going to be on vacation for the entire weekend, and I'm probably going to be watching the fights, of course, but I don't have, I can't stream my reaction from where I am, you know? I can't do that on my laptop yet. I don't have the technical capabilities yet. Maybe in the future, but for now, I'm maybe gonna do a reaction to the event on Monday or Tuesday. But I'm unsure about it because who cares, you know? The event is gonna be on Saturday. Who cares about my reaction on Tuesday? I wouldn't care. So, yeah. I might not do a reaction, is what I'm saying. All right. Those are the fights this weekend. I hope, if you're a betting person, that I made your choices a little easier, and I hope that you win. And I hope you like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.